right on last class นะครับ we talk about the managing of the system implementation นะครับ we talk about the testing already นะครับ we talk about testing already so today we are going to talk about the rest part of the system implementation นะครับ so when we have to do the operational test environment you have to check for all the hardware software นะครับ the config of them the configurations of them also the settings including the system utilities communications นะครับ telecommunication resources networking and other components that might affect the system performance นะครับ so when you have to implement any new system and if your systems need to have the network setting นะครับ or network upgrading นะครับ you have to test the platform and the network before you really install the systems because otherwise if there are some problems exist it may cause a complication นะครับ because sometimes you don't know it's caused by the network or it's caused by your information system นะครับ after that we talk about the training because when we talk about the training you have to know that when we conduct the training plans นะครับ we have to train for 3 group of people นะครับ we have to train for 3 group of people the first one is users นะครับ that is the most important yes that's fear sorry the next door they have the construction sorry can you hear me clearly okay sorry นะครับ I just like try to tell them that to just like have lower their noise because firstly they just like put the hammer on the wall and they said that I couldn't teach so, okay นะครับ you can't hear me นะครับ or it's like too annoying just let me know I will move to another room but I have to just like set up my laptop over there นะครับ okay นะครับ anyway when we have to conduct the training we have 3 group of people นะครับ users managers and IT staff and you have to know that okay if you need to have the training นะครับ how can you train the people นะครับ or how can you train the users so in this one นะครับ you can see that we may have the vendor training นะครับ the vendor training means that the training that is provided by your vendors when you purchase the hardware when you purchase some information system or the software from them นะครับ this one give us the cheapest choice นะครับ because I mean like normally they provide for you for free but you have to make sure that okay they just like have it in the contract when they just like sign the contract with you when you have to buy their products นะครับ they will just like let you know that whether they can provide the free training for you or not นะครับ okay so when you have to conduct the trainings นะครับ we think about the webinars นะครับ podcast and tutorials นะครับ these kind of technologies นะครับ may help the tutorials or may help the training class to be done easily and also you can also record the videos for this kind of training as well so that in the future you may be able to use it later on and also apart from that one some of the special courses นะครับ or the content you may have to use the outside training resources นะครับ because like many companies they provide the training programs for you according to whatever you need นะครับ they just like provide you with the packages นะครับ the next one นะครับ after we talk about the training you have to know some tips as well when we train try to train people in groups นะครับ but so that you don't waste the time นะครับ and when you train you try to train with separate training programs นะครับ for distinct groups that means you must have more than one trainer นะครับ and each trainer will be responsible for maybe one topic and then you just like let the users นะครับ to be trained in the same day นะครับ select the most effective place to conduct the training that means you shouldn't train in their office but you should have the proper training room นะครับ if you say that, oh, but our company doesn't have the training room, what should we do? My suggestion is that you use the training, you use the meeting room if possible, or you use some offices that not, I mean, nobody use it. For example, if I would like to train my colleagues in science division, I may just like use the meeting room in science division office, and then I just like borrow the laptop computers, or set up some desktop computer in there. So why don't we use their office to train? The reason is because if you use their office to train, there are lots of documents or their regular works around there. There are their neighbors, or I mean like other colleagues that might not related to the systems. They may have like some people who try to contact them all the time, may have some telephone to interrupt them all the time. So that's why it should be the training room, or it should be the computer labs, or it should be the meeting rooms that you set it up as a training environment. And you provide learning for learning by hearing, seeing, and doing. When you have to conduct the training, you just do it like a workshop, because when you just like give them like a small lecture or mini lecture, you just like speak to them, and then you just demo or demonstrate the things that they have to do on screen, and let them do by themselves as well, because I mean like later on when you finish the training, the users have to use the system by themselves. You can't help them all the time. And prepare effective training materials, including interactive tutorials. For the interactive tutorials here, currently it is easy because you can see that we have like many free software that you can use it for the interactive tutorials, including Canvas. In the future, if you would like to use Canvas for the training for your for your users, you can use it for free for the Canvas. Or some of the companies, they may have their own training platform. You have to ask them if they have, but if they don't have, just Canvas, it's the easiest one. It's cloud-based and it's free. Rely on previous trainees as well if they have some experiences before. For example, if they had if they use something like some other platform like Moodle, then you may have to use Moodles. Ask their company first that whether they can provide the Moodle for you or not. If they can allow you, let them grant you the Moodle access as a teacher, so that you can just like upload your materials and quizzes and some videos for the trainees. And I'm sure that they are happy if you just like put the lessons in there, because they can reuse it anytime they want. And for interactive training, usually a relationship exists between training methods and costs. The online training, when you have online training, you also should include step-by-step instructions, and also if you have video tutorials, you don't have to be professional video developer to create effective training tutorials. Like for this one, if I would like to conduct the tutorials, I record it through Zoom. And I just use my webcams and microphone, and then I can just like conduct the video tutorial straight away. You don't need to use the professional tools in order to do that. The next one, when we talk about the training already, apart from training, you need to do the data conversion as well. The data conversion, as I told you, is not easy. It's not just copy and paste, because when you have to change from the old system or from the legacy system to be the new system, the legacy system or the old system might have lots of valuable data that you still need to move or migrate. We may call it as migrating to the new system. The strategies that you have to know about the data conversion is that when you have to convert the data from the old system to the new system, it might be just like able to export easily to the new format. For example, you may export the old system as the Excel file or text file first, and then you import into the new system นะครับ but anyway some of the system นะครับ doesn't have the standard format you have to develop a program นะครับ to retrieve the data from the old system นะครับ to just like the what to say the standard format first for example you may have to just what to say write a program in order to convert it as a text file or CSV file first why some of the data you may convert and upload it straight away to the new systems but some of the data you need to just download it to a local computer and let the users to check it first นะครับ sometimes they may have to change or add something for example if you are talking about product code นะครับ or product number of the system of the product of that company the old system may use one standard for example 4 digits but the new system they say that they use barcode instead so this one you can see that you can't convert straight away นะครับ to the new system you have to download the 4-digit code นะครับ from the old system first and after that you have to let your users นะครับ to have a look and map manually after that when they map with the barcode already you can download you can upload that file that mapping file to the new system sometimes you may have to write down some easy code in Excel to help the users นะครับ to map as well for example they may say that okay for the barcode that they have to use นะครับ the first 4 digits might be just like the standard of that company the next 4 digit might be from the old product code and the last 5 digit might be from the hash functions something like that so you have to help them write easy codes to let them concatenate those kind of data together and often requires additional data items which might require manual entry this one is as what I tell you นะครับ or in the past นะครับ the old system they had like 9,000 products but right now when they just like have the new system they plan to have 100,000 products นะครับ variety in their company then the rest 900 the rest 90,000 products or 900,000 products that you have to help them นะครับ fix how do we gonna enter the data quickly as we can into the new systems นะครับ some of you say that and what about the new products do we have to also import it or enter those data into the old system no because we normally don't use the new data with the old system anymore นะครับ normally we will have the cut off นะครับ in terms of changeover phase we will talk about it next on the next one นะครับ in terms of security and control for data conversion นะครับ you have to make sure that all system control measures are in place and operational to protect data from unauthorized access to help prevent erroneous input one thing you have to be careful when you download the old data from the legacy systems นะครับ to Excel and let the users to just like check and clean the data before you import to the new system sometimes they print it out sometimes they save in the computer that has less security then you have to let them know that okay this data is prone to be hacked นะครับ or prone to be stolen then you have to be careful if you have to convert the data make sure that you don't print anything and put it on the table because other people may see for example the cost of the products the salary of the people of the employees we shouldn't print it out and let other people see when we go back home นะครับ so this one we have to be careful after the data is converted sometimes data conversion may take months to do นะครับ may take weeks to do I haven't seen any system that they just spend 1 or 2 days to convert the data normally at least they spend around half a month นะครับ at least นะครับ to convert the data or sometimes we gradually convert it maybe couple of months นะครับ while the programmers are developing their new system the users, when they are available, you just like download the data from the legacy systems and let them convert to the new system first, because actually structure of the new of our database or the files in the new systems, because the system analysts set up the standards of these data structure in data dictionary already. So you may let the users to prepare their data in the preferable format, but you just let them wait after they finish, if the users can finish converting some part of data before the programmers finish testing, they can keep that kind of data. But some transactional data, they may have to wait until the last day of the cut-off date, something like that, or cut-over date, before they finalize that data. So that means some part of the data conversion are still going on, while we are doing the system changeover. System changeover is the way that we change from the old system, or legacy system, to the new system. New system, sometimes we may call it as proposed system, or new system, or to be system, the same thing. So we have various ways for the system changeover. You can see that in this slide, they have like four different system changeover. The first one is direct cutover. You can see that in here, just like the first arrow only. Suppose we say that we want the new system to be used on 1st of Jan. That means on 1st of Jan, you no longer use old system. Everything must be done with a new system. That means when users start their work, let's say not 1st of Jan. Let's say if I say that 1st of February 2021, what will happen? On the 1st of Feb, you don't start old system anymore. Everyone has to log in into new system and enter all the data, do all business transactions on the new system straight away. This is what we call cutover, the direct cutover. While the next one, you see two blocks in here, two bars in here. We call it as parallel operation. The 1st of February is here. You can see that, okay, on the 1st of Feb, the new system is starting use, is using, is starting, users start using the new system on 1st of Feb, while they are still using old system as well. So that means, like normally the user use just one screen only. In the morning, they may do all business transactions with the new systems. And at the end of the day, for example, if they finish their work at 6 o'clock, 6 p.m., at 4, when they don't have no more customers coming in, they start entering the data that they have today into old system. So they do like this for a while. For example, we may run the old system in parallel to the new system for around a month or 2 months. And after that, when you make sure that the new system serves everything properly, we stop using old system. That means, suppose we say that we would like to stop the old system in the 1st of April. That means on the 1st of April, in the morning, the user just like do everything, do the business transaction on new system only, and they no longer go back to re-enter data into the old system anymore. That is parallel operation. The next one, pilot. Pilot operation. Pilot operation, you can see that in here. We run the old system until a certain period. For example, if we say that we want to start using the new system in the full function on 1st of February. I say that 1st of Feb is here. Okay. Hang on. First of Feb is here. This is 1st Feb. So before that, you have to start using the new system already, but you may use 1 or 2 modules only. So you may start from 1st of December นะครับ we start the small module first in here and we use it for a while. When you use it for a while นะครับ and it works well, on 1st of Feb you will use the fully function of every module นะครับ in the new system straight away นะครับ this is the pilot operation. Sometimes the pilot operations picture might be like this. You start using the first module and then you have more and more and more module นะครับ until the 1st of Feb the old system will be used less and less นะครับ or in this one นะครับ the last one we have phase operation. Phase operation here you can see that we it's quite similar to the pilot operation, but when the time goes by นะครับ you increase more and more and more functions นะครับ until you get the newly operated fully function new system นะครับ this is phase operation. Now let's see นะครับ for the comments on each system changeover. If we use like different ways, what will happen, which one is better and which one you shouldn't do it. The next thing นะครับ is that if you use direct cut over, that means on 1st of Feb you stop using the old system. This one involves more risk than other changeover methods, because if you stop using the old system and the new system doesn't work well, it causes a problem because you also have to stop the new system นะครับ maybe in the middle of the day นะครับ you stop using it and you can't use anything นะครับ companies often choose the direct cutover method for implementing commercial software package. So if it is off-the-shelf software นะครับ you can use a new system without any problems, because normally lots of people use it and they don't have the problems. But if it is a software that you hire someone to develop นะครับ you have to you don't try not to use the direct cut over, because on the first day maybe we are not sure that it will work well or not. Even we tested everything carefully already นะครับ because everything can happen. So let me just ask you นะครับ have you ever experienced like this? When you present the term project นะครับ to some from some other courses, like in programming courses, have you ever got this experience? You prepare everything and then you just like rehearse for presentation, check everything already, but when you come to the presentation นะครับ something doesn't work, right? This is the same thing ครับ same as direct cut over. And also นะครับ I mean all อาจารย์ understand you because you are students, no problems. Even in the senior project it might be possible นะครับ or in my presentation, I mean in our presentation นะครับ that will happen. It might be possible too. For example, microphone doesn't work นะครับ computer is freezing, something like that. Even you just test in the morning already นะครับ so that's that one. If it is just like the presentation, it's okay, it's acceptable. But if it is the real information system, it's not acceptable นะครับ you have to be careful. And then I have a comment from Kritin, like Oasis and Sky. Oasis and Sky, actually we didn't use the direct cut over ครับ Kritin. Oasis and Sky we had to use this one ครับ parallel operation. We use parallel operation for a while นะครับ before we just like really stop on the new system. But I mean like for Oasis and Sky system, at the very beginning นะครับ อาจารย์ just like see everything in the Sky system นะครับ but at the end of the day there will be the batch job to run นะครับ and convert the data from the Sky system back to Oasis and Oasis to Sky as well นะครับ it does automatically every night นะครับ so we use the parallel operation, and when the developer and the team were sure that Sky worked well already, then they stop using the Oasis system นะครับ อาจารย์ can also go back to Oasis นะครับ but there's no more current information anymore we can just like have a look on our old advisee นะครับ long time ago let's say 10 years ago นะครับ in Oasis we can still logging in นะครับ and have a look but right now I think they just like shut them down already for Oasis system because I think they port everything into Sky นะครับ okay so in this one นะครับ we talk about the cyclical information system they usually นะครับ they usually are convert using direct cutover method at the beginning of the quarter calendar year or fiscal year so what do I mean the cyclical information system like the information system that is related to data that has the time to do something especially for accounting นะครับ it's about cyclical information system accounting or payroll นะครับ because when we talk about accounting each company has a fiscal year นะครับ for example if we are talking about governmental office นะครับ like Mahidol University the fiscal year is ended at 30th of September every year so that means if you want to use the new system cut over นะครับ the direct cut over we can start on the 1st of October of the year like if we are talking about the employees payroll system we know that okay if the company start promoting the employees with a new salary on every January then the cut over นะครับ will cut over the old system on the end of December and we start the new system on the 1st of Jan นะครับ that is like the cyclical information system the next one if we use parallel operation นะครับ the comments for parallel operation is that it's easier to verify that the new system is working properly นะครับ under parallel operation than under direct cutover you can run you run both system นะครับ together นะครับ you run the new system as well as the old system this one นะครับ might place a burden on operating environment and cause processing delay especially if you say that these two systems นะครับ you need to have the manual entry from users they have to work 2 times more because in the morning they have to use the new system and in the afternoon they have to re-enter the data into the old system something like that but if it is just like operating environments right now we don't concern much about just like the cost of the hardware because actually you may use like the old system for a couple of years already and it might be the time to replace with a new server something like that นะครับ and in this one we said that it is not practical if the old system and new systems are incompatible technically for example if the old system you use mainframe computer and the new system you said you want to use cloud based these are incompatible so in order to just like transform the data นะครับ or convert the data from one system to another system as a real-time one it might not be possible it may need to use the human beings to re-enter the data นะครับ this is not practical you shouldn't use a parallel operation in here นะครับ it might not work well also it is inappropriate นะครับ when the two systems perform different functions นะครับ if you use the parallel because I mean if you have to use the human users to re-enter the data into the old system they may be confused นะครับ if those two systems perform different functions okay the next type of changeover if you use pilot operation นะครับ we say that the for the pilot operation we just like say that the group that use the new system first is called the pilot site for example if you say that your company is a group of company that consists of 20 companies 20 affiliated companies นะครับ in the group every company sell the products นะครับ some company produce and sell the products. You can see that the main common functions from these companies are selling the products, right? Okay, so you may set up a system นะครับ as a sales information system, but you use with a small company first. Let's say if the small company can use the sales information well, then we just let the larger size of the company in the same group to use the same information system as well นะครับ On the other way around, some of the group of the company, they may start using the new system with the large company first. For example, if we use sales information system, we may use with a large company first. That means if the large company can use sales information system properly, then the small company shouldn't have any problems นะครับ This is just like different ideas, but both of them may work, depends on the situation, depends on the context นะครับ But anyway, the first group of users or the first group of department or the company that use this system first, we call it as the pilot site. Old system continues to operate for the entire organizations นะครับ because we still use the old system as a core, but we start gradually using the new system นะครับ for some parts of it only. After the system proves successful at the pilot site, then you implement it in the rest of the organization, usually using the direct cutover method because you are sure already that it's okay นะครับ It works successfully. It is a combination of parallel operation and direct cutover method นะครับ Okay, so in this one for the pilot operation นะครับ sometimes นะครับ if you just like implement it in the rest of the organization, we have the specific term นะครับ to call. We call it as rollout นะครับ The rollout is a way that you just like implement the system that you successfully use with other companies or other departments of the company already to other parts of the organization or to other affiliated companies. For example นะครับ let me give you an example. BMW นะครับ BMW นะครับ the car manufacturer from Germany นะครับ in Germany they use SAP นะครับ in for BMW นะครับ in every single module นะครับ including manufacturing, including stock keeping, including sales นะครับ So when BMW set up their manufacturing plant and their own company in Thailand, the thing that they will do is that okay, they will roll out นะครับ each module นะครับ of SAP to Thailand's company. So they may say that okay, I roll out the manufacturing and the stock and the production and the stock first because we haven't sold the car yet. You have to just like manufacture the car first. So that means okay, they will just like spend around 1 or 2 months in order to install นะครับ and implement the production module นะครับ and warehousing module in Thailand นะครับ This is what we call roll out or rolling out นะครับ After that, when we do the pilot operation นะครับ apart from that one นะครับ you may use the technique that is called phase operation นะครับ phase operation. The phase operation here นะครับ if you use phase operation, you give a part of the system to all users. Why do you just give a part of the system? Because the risk of errors or failure will be limited to that implemented module only นะครับ It is less expensive than full parallel operation นะครับ because I mean like even you say that okay, you would like to have the users to like re-enter the data manually, they just like do in one module only. It's not much. They may take let's say 15 minutes per day. It is not possible, however, if the system cannot be separated easily into logical modules or segments. Some of the information system you can't separate them into modules because it might be one the continuous step of work นะครับ once you can't separate them into module the phase operation may not work in this case นะครับ